people, welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you guys decided to click on that video. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I know it's been a while since you guys seen me, and I know I've been very inconsistent with videos, and I'm not gonna make a promise that I'm gonna be that much better, but I'm gonna make a promise that I will try. But some technical difficulties I've been going through is that, like, I broke my laptop, my MacBook Air, so I'm not able to edit videos on that. And I used to actually film my videos and edit them on that same thing. And now I have another computer, but I'm not able to edit videos on it. It's a very old computer, and I'm still trying to work out that whole situation. And yeah, but it's okay, guys, because I'm back today. I'm back with another video, so it's okay. It is okay. And yeah, today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me chit chat video. And I've never really done anything like this before, so bear with me, guys. And yeah, so if you guys want to see me get ready and, you know, hear the gist of my life, then keep on watching. I'm going to start with primer. And right now I am on winter break. So I think I got 2 weeks. My winter break started on December 16th. And it goes until January 2nd. So how many ever days that is. It's not that long, because like I talked to some of my other friends that go to like WSU and Western, and a lot of them they don't go back until like, is it the 8th or the 9th of January? Which is totally not fair. UW just never wants to waste any sort of time at all. I am in my second year at university, in case you guys don't know. So I'm a sophomore. And yeah, let me talk about last year's experience. So last year was my first year at university. And I have to admit, I was really, really scared to go to university. I sometimes contemplated like staying an extra year in high school because I didn't want to go to university because, I don't know, for some reason I'm always scared to make like big jumps. Like when I was in middle school and I would have to go to high school, I think I even asked my parents, I was like, can I just be held back? Because I didn't want to go to high school. But then as soon as I got to high school, like the second day, I was like, what was I so scared about? It's really not that different. And I would say it's basically the same thing with college. But yeah, last year I lived in a dorm on campus. I lived in Terry. But yeah, I really liked living there. It was alright. It was one of the farthest dorms from campus, which was not the best because I would have to walk so far to get to every one of my classes. But it was my workout for the day. Last year, my first quarter, I took it pretty easy. I only took 12 credits in my first quarter, which was not bad. But let me tell you guys, I was really surprised at how hard the classes were. I was supposed to be in Math 125, which is like the second introductory class of calculus, but I decided to go down to Math 24. I was like, let me just give myself a little bit of wiggle room. But then I did Math 124 for 3 days, and I realized this was still way too hard. So then I moved down to pre-calculus, which was still not even easy, man. I took AP calculus in high school, and I passed the exam with a 3. So I should have been in a higher math class. But the thing with me is that I forget things really easily. So even though I learned a lot of it, I forgot most of it. I also took Psych 101 last year. I really liked that class. I learned so many good things, but I really regret how much effort I put into that class. I could have tried a lot harder and actually really studied because most of my grades consisted of the exams, and I honestly did not really try on those exams, so I would do not that good. And I got a 3.0 in that class, which is really sad because that could have been like an easy 4.0 class for me, but I chose to not take it seriously. And especially now that I'm in my second year and I'm really struggling to get my GPA back up. Overall, last year I feel like I kind of tried as much as I did in high school. You know, in high school I didn't really have to try as hard and I still got all A's. But in college, because all my grades consist almost entirely of exam scores, and I've never been that good of a test taker, so I kind of suffered a little bit, especially in my introductory chemistry classes. Those were brutal, man. Brutal. And I hated the labs. So for labs, I always felt so confused, even though I would read the lab twice. But I don't know. I feel like for some reason I would be kind of stressed out in labs, and when I'm stressed out, my brain doesn't function as well. So I felt really bad for all my lab partners because I felt like I was barely any help. But the thing is, I was trying so hard, but I still just struggled. I struggled, man. I struggled. Even this year in biology, I finished my first year with a 3.33, and I was pretty bummed because, like I said, I was a 4.0 student in high school. But college is different, man. But yeah, so that was last year. When it comes to like extracurricular activities, I joined a club called BCM. It stands for Black Campus Ministry. That was all right. The people there are really awesome. I don't have anything against them, but I don't know. I feel like I couldn't really connect with them as well, and I feel like that's just one of my personal problems, that I don't connect with people that well. I'm still a part of BCM right now, but maybe I don't attend as much as I used to. But we did some cool things. We went on some cool like ministry and like camps. That's for this year. I do not live on North Campus anymore. I don't live on West Campus anymore. So I don't live in the newer dorms. I live in the older dorms. And I made this decision because I wanted to save a little money, and I wanted just to test it out. I heard a lot of bad things about North Campus, the older dorms, but I was just like, I'll never know until I really experience it for myself. So I decided that, because just since I'm a college student, like I don't need to be living in luxury. That's how it's gonna be after I graduate. I don't need to have my own bathroom. I don't need all this new fancy looking dorm. So I decided to live in Haggett, which is one of the oldest dorms. And honestly, that was the best decision I've made because I love it there. Haggett is so nice. A lot of people do not agree with me, but I love Haggett. I don't mind sharing bathrooms with people, to be honest, because that's just less work for me. In our old dorms, we'd have to clean our bathrooms ourselves, but for this one, we don't have to clean it. Someone else comes and cleans it every single day. Like, guys, it's a good deal. But yeah, and I have a new roommate this year. She's awesome. She's a international student from Taiwan, and she's awesome. Maybe sometime she'll be featured in one of my videos. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. But yeah, I had really no complaints about living in Hyatt. Since it's winter break, I just finished my first quarter of sophomore year. The classes I took this year, or this quarter, I took the second class in the business series, or the biology series, Biology 200, and I took Management 200, which is the Introduction to Law, and I also took Drama 241, which is Introduction to Acting. So yeah, I really like the combination of my classes this quarter. It wasn't too hard. So I'll talk about biology. I really enjoy biology, to be completely honest. It wasn't until after my first quarter spring quarter last year when I took the first class of the biology series, and I realized that biology is actually super interesting. And that's when I decided that I wanted to major in it. For some reason, the things that we talk about is just so fascinating. And like some things I learned were like, I learned how it's probably a better option to only have 2 children. I'm not saying that I'm necessarily going to do this, but it just makes so much sense. Because we're talking about like how the world is overpopulated. And even though we may not be able to really feel it here in America, but like in other more third world countries, we can see how our world is just getting way overpopulated, especially when people are having like so many kids. So in our textbook, it was telling us how the best thing we could do if you want to have children is just to have 2 children so that they'll replace you and your husband, so that you're not making the world like more popular, or not more popular, more populous. I'm really lucky that I met 2 of my friends in biology, and they have been such lifesavers for me. I don't know how well I would have survived if it wasn't for them. because we would have daily quizzes, daily reading quizzes online, and they were always pretty hard, pretty difficult. Like, you had to really do the reading, and even if you did the reading, the questions were still hard. They made you think really hard. So for us, we would always take the quiz individually, and then we would compare answers so that we could make sure that if all of us agreed, then it was most likely the right answer. And then one of us would submit it and tell each other the score they got, and maybe the other ones could submit it after that or change their answers so that we could get the best score possible, which is super helpful for me. Super helpful. Because I always like to confirm things with other people. So I'm really grateful for that. They helped me to succeed in that area of the class. Overall, biology was good. Just pretty good. But the exams, they were tough. They were tough. I'm telling you, they were tough. They were tough. But I really like my professors. They were very helpful. I went to office hours a couple times, especially before the exam. I would go to office hours and ask my last minute questions. They were super helpful. The way they explained things made it super helpful. But the thing is, I would ask a question and all my questions would be answered, but then we wouldn't even be tested on that material. I'm just like, darn it. But on the exams, I usually get about the average, maybe 1 or 2 points above the average, which is good. I know last year I like consistently scored below average, but this year I was on top of the average. But yeah, that was biology. And then my introduction to law class, which was management 200. And that one was another very, very challenging class. I honestly did not know what I was getting into when I signed up for that class. I heard that people, because I want to apply to the business school as soon as possible, because I want to double major in biology and in some business, maybe finance, maybe accounting. I'm not sure yet. The 2 friends that I studied with, both of them ended up changing their registration thing so that this class would just count as a pass or fail for them, so that it wouldn't affect their GPA at all. But for me, I was like, I don't want to risk that, because that means I would have to retake the class. And retaking the class means just extra time, especially since I want to double major. I know that I don't have that much time, so I decided to just stick with it, try my hardest. I did all the reading. I wish I had the textbook so I could show you guys, but that textbook was massive. The average score for exams would be either a 40 or 50%. Less than that. Yeah, less than that. Because I would always score a little bit above the average. And then the last class I took this quarter was Introduction to Acting. And let me tell you guys, I love that class. I am such a shy person and an introverted person. And like, I hate being the center of attention and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons I took acting, because I wanted to get better at public speaking. And so I was like, okay, acting seems like fun. And it'll also help me with public speaking, so I'm just gonna do it. And I can't tell you guys how scared I was and how many times I contemplating dropping it and just dropping out of the class. After the very first day of class, I wanted to drop it so bad. I was like, nope, this is not for me. I'm gonna be so embarrassed. And I sometimes feel like I have really bad anxiety as well. Like when I get anxious, I have to talk in front of a lot of people. I can't sit still. Yeah, or my heartbeat would just start beating like really, really fast. And like I said, I loved that class so much. It was so much fun. We only had like 2 major assignments the whole time. We had to do a monologue and then we had to do a scene. And so for my monologue, I picked a really cool one. Let's see if I can remember it. Hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, I got this. Why do you hate me? Because you think me wrong? No. Because I have, you think, power over you. Listen to me, professor. It is the power that you hate so deeply that any atmosphere of free discussion is impossible. You write of your education, you write of your responsibility to the young. Treat us with respect. That will show you your responsibility. You write that education is just hazy. But we worked hard to get to this school. And some of us overcame prejudices. Economic, sexual, you cannot begin to imagine. To gain admittance here. To pursue that same dream of security you pursue. We who are at any moment in danger of being deprived of it. Who do you think I am to come here and be taken in by a smile? You little yapping fool. You think I want revenge? I don't want revenge. I want understanding. Thank you. But yeah, I didn't know I still remembered it so well. I'm so proud of myself. We worked on monologues for like a month and a half. So I was able to perfect it. And I got better at speaking it in front of other people. Because I know the very first time I performed it in front of everybody, I was so nervous, guys. I was literally talking so fast. I talk, like, normally I talk very fast. But when I'm nervous, it's just like so fast. The other major assignment we had was a scene where we had a scene partner. And I got very fortunate. I got a good scene partner. And it was a guy. And in our scene, we were a married couple in our like 40s or something like that. And yeah, it was a really fun scene. It was super cute too, I think. So yeah, I recommend Drama Introductory to Acting for anybody. Like Psychology 101 is one class that people recommend that anybody take it. And I also say acting because me, I'm like the shyest as it gets. And I did it. I accomplished it, guys. I went in and I came back out. That is an accomplishment, guys. And I got a 4.0 in that class. Hey, 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 hey. But yeah, that's basically a little bit of my college life spiel, whatever. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, or I can also make like a whole separate video answering your guys' questions. We'll see. But yeah, I honestly love the University of Washington. It's so beautiful, and I'm so privileged that I'm able to go there. So privileged. That is the finished look. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!
And then be say you no go pass for Godwin. You wake up, sit with the last song, Godwin.